Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Living World of Darkness, A Rage Across New York. In tonight's scene, we shall come in on a, well, decidedly likely pair, or at least one of them. Maeve is nosing around, trotting around, running around, and just hunting through we'll say, just for lulls and to shake it up a little, the cairn area, the warded portion that surrounds it. It's a good bit of trails, a good bit of open areas, a lot of tree-covered portions between. The park is decidedly lush, so many a place to run across and get spotted in the moonlight, many a place to hide. And all in all, way too many places to hide for Maeve to have a shot in the proverbial dark at finding her friend. So she was stubborn enough to keep at it for a while, but sooner or later she's just going to kind of saunter out into one of the more field-like portions between a couple paths, plunk down on her rear, tilt back her head, and cry out, "You're cheating!"
I'm not. Do you hear a voice on the wind?
And she'll twitch her ears and snap her head around to try to catch a vague direction. "You are too!"
From an entirely different direction to where you're currently pointing. Prove it.
She'll snap her head back around in another direction. "You're using gifts, aren't you?"
From the first direction. Don't need to.
She snorts and flattens her ears a little. "And you're moving."
From a third direction. Not against the rules.
And she very maturely stomps her little paw in the grass. "It is too! You don't move and hide and seek."
From first right in front of you, and then 45 degrees to the left of you, and then like 90 degrees to the left of you, you go ahead and hear, "Well, that's news to me."
And she'll just very dramatically flop over. Nope, I give up. You're a big old cheater."
You're no fun.
She'll paddle her paws in the air a bit. "No, you're no. Hide and seek isn't any fun if I never find you."
There's rustling in the bushes, and you hear from that direction, "I can't help it if you can't find me."
And she'll like twist around some, like arc her body or nose that way. Head still decidedly upside down. "Yeah, huh. You used a gift. Admit it."
"No," says the bush.
She'll narrow her eyes. "Still pretty sure you cheated."
Shakes head. "If that's what lets you sleep at night, sweetie." Eventually, the bushes go ahead and break away, and you see the lupus form of Lucas go over to you. Go ahead and like tower over you for a quick second. Go ahead and sniff, 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 sniff all around your muzzle, and then toward your chest.
I was gonna say, she'll like lazily paw at in the direction of his face. Not actually trying to like catch him or anything, just like blah blah blah.
It's like scratch, 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 scratch. You should probably roll over. Scratch, 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 scratch.
She'll kind of flop onto her side.
And then the grooming starts. Groom, 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 groom. Ugh. I don't know how you got so many tacks on you. It's groom, 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 groom. Gotta really show you where not to walk. Groom, groom, groom. Yeah. You hear Lucas go ahead and spit out something. Not very well. You chose the worst spots.
Well, it seemed like places that would be hard to get to. Why would you want to look there? And I mean, I healed the thorn scratches pretty quick.
Rough.
Shuffle a little further onto her side and then yip and immediately start grooming herself, kind of nibbling into the fur to pull out one of the thorns that broke off and kind of got caught in her scruff.
I'll give you guys for going through the hazardous environment, but not the point of the game.
Well, if you can't find a good spot, find a spot they won't want to come into or something. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Sound logic. That would have won you the game, but is it really worth winning the game if now we're pulling out freaking tax from you? You go ahead and feel quite a bit of a rip as a tiny bit of fur and hair comes off your body. You see Lucas with a big fucking tick in his mouth that he spits out.
She'll yipe more for the sake of doing it than because it really hurts. Oh, she starts more vigorously grooming herself out. The little plant, seeds, thorn, the occasional bugs. She screws up her nose. I mean, it's the obvious result of tromping around in the wrong places, but oh no.
It's like, I have expected you to send spirits after me.
This is the worst thing. I should have, but I didn't want to cheat like... Attacks her tail vigorously.
So, he says, after finally going over your entire back ruff where you really can't reach, just behind your neck, and a little bit further on your ruff, he goes ahead and sort of waddles to your front, goes ahead and settles down, twitches his ears for a little bit.
And she'll just keep kind of busy grooming. What?
How's it been?
It could have been better.
How could it have been worse?
That too. And she'll kind of cast a glance towards the cabins and, vaguely in the direction of Miss Whisper's den. And then go back to grooming. It could have been worse.
We'll see how that situation goes ahead and all shakes out.
Yeah.
Hell, if we're concerned about it, if we're worried about it, guess how many adults are worried about it?
You are technically an adult.
I am not an adult. Don't you ever label me that ever again, young man.
Young man?
Young woman? But yes, that is a very, very tense situation that is still ongoing.
And she'll flop onto her side and start kind of stretching her neck around to nibble at her own shoulder fur, make sure there's nothing in there. I still feel like... I should have been able to do something to keep that from happening.
Well,
I feel like I should have known better.
Maybe. Realistically, what could you have done?
I don't know. Both Travis and Kachina have had some kind of weird moments lately. And I didn't want to make him feel like I was challenging him on anything. But, I don't know. I feel like I should have known something. Should have said something. I just kind of figured he knew what he was doing. I didn't try to think too hard on it.
Well, when you deal with totemic spirits, it's probably best that you know, well, first off, what you're doing. That's a good one to start off with. And second off, know the risks, and if you can weigh the risks against what you're gaining, that'd be fantastic as well. I was not there, so I can't really judge.
I don't know. I don't even really know what he got. I just know that Dog said he would aid him, but I guess now that the deal is broken, he may not get it anyways. Should be pretty rough. I'm kind of thinking, do you think after this, once it's solved, when I do go after Alan, do you think I'll still be able to make that kind of deal with a smaller one? Or do you think they'll still be mad? I don't know how that stuff trickles downhill, you know?
Let me think for a hot second. And he goes ahead and plops himself. He goes ahead and sits up. Dog is a spirit of loyalty. And as far as I'm concerned, you haven't really broke any trust that has been placed in you.
I don't think so.
Currently, Dog is very, very mad, very, very angry because of the trust that was just simply broken by, well, Katina Raya. That is his own debt to go ahead and repay. That is not your debt. If you were to approach Dog in one of its lesser forms, I think you would do well. Present yourself simply as another Theurge and keep your word. Oh dear Lord, keep your word. And don't promise anything that big.
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought it was big, but I figured it was Kachina. I don't know. I couldn't promise something like that. I know that. I don't make promises I can't keep.
It's been, what? Quite a number of months since you went ahead and made a deal with the spirit of that blizzard, and you faithfully gone ahead and kept that up?
Yep. I had to backpedal pretty fast a couple times when I wasn't thinking, but yeah.
Spirit that the spirit was never really all that offended.
Well, he certainly didn't show up in the middle of the sept yelling.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
Oh.
Didn't show up like Unicorn, didn't show up like Black Unicorn, didn't show up like Grandfather Thunder, didn't show up
She
like
just cringes.
Wendigo.
Do we ever piss off anything little?
If we piss off anything little, nobody really knows about it.
Jeez. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
believe me.
I'm gonna stick to what works. That big stuff is too much.
He goes ahead and noddles his head.
Unless I need something to change the world, I don't need to call anything that big. Ever.
Never call anything that you cannot appease. Never call anything that you cannot calm down. Never call up anything that you can't beat up in a fight.
I don't call anything at all, unless it's important. I don't think I'll start.
Then after the bad examples that you have been shown.
No, I mean, I guess it's a learning experience, but whew. You know, Chases and Katori have both yelled at me before about overpaying or not making a good deal. Now I kind of see why. But I feel like my slips weren't that bad.
Your slips only affected you.
Yeah. I don't make deals for other people. It's not right. The closest I did was promising a song, and I knew that Adam would be excited to have something like that to work on. or I never would have made it.
I'm not going to go ahead and be a theurge for a hot second. But if I was a theurge for a hot second, go ahead and tell me, what was the deal made? Who were the actors?
Oh, when I learned the green dye,
Oh,
the paint.
I was asking about dog.
Oh, um, well, I mean, did I tell you anything about that at all?
You went ahead and told me quite a bit. You told me that the boon would be help and a blessing and a boon towards the hunt. And the
Mm-hmm.
ban would be that the entire sept would go ahead
Oh
and
yeah,
search out, root out any disloyalty, and punish it severely.
yeah.
Just go ahead and tell me.
I mean, in detail. I mean, I had talked about it with them because I was planning to do, my
No,
little
no, no, no,
thing.
no, 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 no,
But
no, no. Goes ahead and like boops your nose. No, 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 no. What could Katrina reasonably control in that situation? How could he
oh,
have enacted that ban?
he couldn't have. I would have just apologized to the spirit and said that that is more than I could ever hope to do on my own, and asked, maybe offered a different option, or asked for another chiminage, or pointed out maybe that he'd already gotten, a lot of very fine chiminage, so perhaps something smaller was more appropriate.
But this is
But
Katrina Raya we are talking
respectfully,
about.
well, I mean, I don't have control over Kachina. That's just what I
Does
would have done.
does Katrina Raya hold much control over the sept?
Well, he's got a lot of influence. I figured he would go to the elders, go to the other Garu with position, and tell them about the new ban. Kind of like when we had to tell everyone not to eat fish because it was poisoned, But it was
Mm.
still. See, I originally had understood it to mean disloyalty to the sept itself, not disloyalty at all. But when I thought about it afterwards, even that, I mean, everyone has moments of doubt and might do something they regret. So it's still a very big promise.
So, very,
There weren't
very,
any
very big
qualifiers.
promise. You're right. There are no qualifiers. With a deal like that, would you have gone ahead and, even if you could, go ahead for a fact, as a matter of fact, go ahead and have complete control of the sept and its members? Would you agree to such a deal?
No.
Why not?
Even when I was told that I could include the Guardians in my Chiminage to Blizzard, I didn't. That's not right. That's not their duty. It's mine.
You're very, very self-sacrificing, but in that case, the Guardians were entrusted to you to go ahead and make that deal. And I kind of wish you would have gone ahead and included them in the deal.
But why would I make a. It's kind of the whole idea of paying more than you should. I could have offered to have all of them do it, but I offered just myself, and that was enough.
He goes ahead
Maybe
and
if it had needed more, I could have offered more, but why would I start with the highest bid?
she goes ahead and Lucas goes ahead and looks at you. You, by yourself, one Garu, one Cub, no rank, placing upon yourself such a ban for such a long time. You've been doing good, fantastic, for suffering under such a ban for such a long time.
It probably would have been shorter if I had spread it among more people, but
Mm-hmm.
I had already stayed several nights out. I knew I could do it.
Did you not believe that none of the Guardians could as well?
I'm sure they could have, but I don't know. I feel like I should be able to handle my own deals. If it had needed more, if it had been asking more, I would have given more, but part of doing these deals is making sure you only offer what you know you can pay. I can't control other people. What if one of them had forgotten and gone inside? What if one of them had come and stayed near a bonfire with some of their friends without thinking? I can control my actions. I know that I will follow this ban, but I don't know what someone else will do. It just seems more responsible to take it on myself.
And there you go. That is a good answer. You can control your own actions. You can never control somebody else's actions as much as you would wish.
I think if I was going to let someone else take a ban, I would have them be the ones making that deal, so that if the ban was broken, it fell on the person who broke it and not on me. Kind of like when Miss Whisper summoned the wind for me, and I had to make the deal. And if I failed to make the deal, that would fall on me, not on her. I don't mind running translation, but I don't want to be in trouble for someone else's carelessness. I want my record with the spirits to be something that is respectable, so that when I do need something big, I can get it.
Yeah, that makes you responsible. Definitely makes you a responsible theurge. Hopefully you continue that habit well within your career.
She'll puff up a bit, all a little, the little proud face, poof. Fluffs out her ruff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I met with a new Garu walking around Sept.
Oh, the new one? Yeah.
I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and name her Calls. Yeah, Call is a really good Hamid name.
Call isn't... I mean, is that a Hamid name?
Call is definitely a nickname. It's... Okay, let me go ahead and play it straight to you. Untamed Cry, Call of the Fury, a fantastic and wonderful name for the Garu Nation. But if you try to introduce anybody on the street to that, they
Well,
might give
yeah.
you weird looks.
No, Call would work. It would sound like a nickname, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So I went with Call of the Fury just a few hours actually. Back on the Bow Bridge, the one that crosses over the lake closest to the Cairn.
And yeah, she'll kind of loft a paw and poke it in a direction. You mean the one over that way?
Yep.
Was she nice? I mean, I just saw her introduction. It was kind of stilted. I haven't had a chance to actually talk to her yet. Or ask her about her little spirit. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
I
want to
didn't
talk
poke
to
any
it so
paws.
bad, but I don't want to be rude.
I know. I know you want to talk to it. I know. I saw that in your eyes the first time you saw her.
It makes faces.
I know, they're quite adorable faces, but I didn't focus on that.
It's really hard not to.
You're quite pumped up about this.
It follows her.
And?
I've never seen that.
I'm pretty sure you could get a spirit to go ahead and follow you or any other Garu.
I mean, the doves linger around me, but they still move freely and kind of come and go of their own free will. That one, it's... Okay. I would never call a spirit a pet, but it stays with her. That one spirit seems to follow her and stay with her. I like it.
It's possible I can introduce you to her den, where she goes ahead and beds down.
Yes.
Blink.
I mean, like,
Okay,
not right now when she's not there. That's just weird.
Blink, blink. Okay, yeah, not right now. Yes, that is weird. I'm just offering to make an introduction.
Yes.
She seems very down to earth.
Yeah?
I'll admit not to talking to many Black Fury lupuses, but
I don't think I've ever
goes
even
ahead
met
and
one.
shrugs.
But I like most of the lupus here. They make a lot of sense.
She's very, very focused on the present.
Well, of course she is.
Oh, and she loves the venison that we go ahead and grab, especially when it's like heated up, like thawed, not cooked, but simply thawed.
No,
Go
warm.
ahead and take a chunk of venison from the icebox back, thaw it out a little bit, place it in front of her. She'll eat it. In fact, she went ahead and ate it very, very quickly, as she hadn't had a meal for quite a long time.
You'll have to heat it up for me, but yeah. I'll bring something with. I'm fine with that.
She's actually much more interested in hunting grounds, actually. She wants to go ahead and have a good hunt.
You think we can get Olaf to take us? Or I guess you guys could take us.
Goes ahead and stares at you. Yeah, I can take you in the mystery machine up to the woods up North State.
It's still kind of new. It's kind of neat. I'd still let Olaf know, but yeah.
No, absolutely. She wants to go a hunting. She wants to go ahead and have her own meal. I plan to give it to her one of these days, actually.
We should do that. That sounds fun. It'd be nice to hunt with a lupus.
Seems like she doesn't have Mimi. Well, when I talked to her, it seems as if she didn't have the opportunity to go ahead and talk to any of her tribe mates or any of the Black Fury kin. So I was as hospitable as I could be.
No, I mean, the kin keep busy and all, but there's no reason she shouldn't have been able to go over to where they stay. I mean, sure, Dr. Mega is always out at work, and I mean, I don't even know what Leah does. And Logan's like impossible to find. So,
Yeah, Logan is impossible to find. Who do you think taught me?
yeah.
But no, she's looking for hunting grounds. She's looking for hunting territory. And I went ahead and made the offer to go ahead and be her hunting party or even be a family member if she needed it.
She'll kind of twitch an ear. She can't really quirk her brow in lupus, but okay.
What was that?
You're just weird.
I am weird. How am I weird? Right in this moment.
Offering to be family to people you just met. It's kind of weird.
She's lupus. She comes from a place that is no more. Something that calls to me.
What's one more brother and sister at this point? I mean, I don't see the harm. It was just a weird way to, I don't know, it just sounded weird at first.
Okay. Maybe it did sound weird. You'll be happy to know she didn't go ahead and accept right away. She's
Well, you
looking
are a weirdo.
for... Yeah, I am a weirdo. It seems as if she is looking for some place with purpose. She is a Garu with purpose, looking for other people with purpose to go ahead and gather around her.
Well, goodness knows we got a lot of purpose around here.
Glorious purpose. I just told her that my purpose, my duty, self-appointed duty, was to go ahead and make sure that people felt comfortable and hospitality was gone ahead and extended. I can't tell you how quick she went ahead and just ate that steak I gave her. Like there was a plate of steak, venison right in front of me. Within 20 seconds, it was all gone. She was hungry.
I mean, we eat a lot. If she's been walking that long, if she walked here in lupus, she must be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Hunt tomorrow then?
Definitely can hunt tomorrow then. I can go ahead and make sure that the mystery machine is all up to snuff. Actually, can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah.
Could you make sure that the Shaggy is doing all right? I can't talk to his spirit. Sometimes he
Yeah.
tries to communicate with me, but I'm always like worried, like in the back of the mind, am I doing right by Shaggy?
Well, I mean, you can learn stuff now, can't you?
He goes ahead and nods his head. Yeah, I could definitely learn stuff.
So why don't you learn to talk to him?
I'm
I
concerned
mean,
that that is
I still want to do it for you. I mean, I don't mind helping. Just
Mhm.
if it's something that worries you, then at least that way when I'm not there, you can.
It goes ahead and tilts his head left and right, and when he goes ahead and tilts his head left, on the one hand, yes, that would definitely be a fantastic talent to have. To go ahead and talk to Shaggy on my own terms and find out what's wrong with him. He goes ahead and tilts his head to the right. On the other hand, I am a Rekabash and not necessarily a Theurge. It's not my auspicious duties to go ahead and make sure the spirits around me are okay.
Well, like I said, I'm here. I'll do it for you. I'm happy to do it for you.
hmm I know that Olaf went ahead and did a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. I mean, you have no idea how happy Shaggy is after a tune-up from Olaf. For some reason, he knows exactly where to go ahead and place his tools to go ahead and just revitalize him.
Well, you can talk to him.
Hmm? Oh, well then.
A lot of people here can talk to spirits.
I guess that's just a talent I'm gonna have to pick up.
I mean, like I said, you don't have to. I'm here for you. Just think it's funny.
And Lucas goes ahead and licks your muzzle and then over your eye, like directly over your eye, like obnoxiously over your eye and your ear.
Yeah, she'll shake her head briskly while he's doing it, like blah, 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 wobble her head around.
And I'm so happy that I have a sister that can help me with this.
You keep me relevant. I like it.
Yes.
So what else have I been missing?
I guess not a lot. Oh yeah, me and Garrett apparently made up.
Oh, good.
He went ahead and carved me a, I'm not going to say fantastic, but definitely a worthwhile unicorn horn.
What?
He made a horn. He put it into a spiral so that it was a unicorn horn. He goes ahead and puts two paws up onto his forehead as if he's mimicking somebody putting a horn on their head and holding it there.
Out of what?
Wood.
He does woodworking? Since when?
I don't know. Don't ask me questions. It wasn't very. It, it was Fantas. Lucas says it's fantastic. Whether or not it actually is up to your own interpretation.
So he made you a horn. Does it have a strap so you can wear it on your head?
No, but I can make one myself. It seems as if he wants to keep himself a little bit distant.
Don't tilt her head. He has.
Yes, he has.
He's been completely gone.
He's been more focused upon his own pack, which is all right, which is proper.
Of course he is, but it doesn't have to take every minute of your day. Just because you have a pack, it doesn't mean you don't keep up with your friendships. That's silly.
He has a pack. He also has guardian duties. He probably also has a life outside the sept. I'm not going to begrudge
She
him.
just gives him the really look at the idea of him having a life outside of the sept.
I imagine so. Let me have my imagination.
You can imagine it, but we both know that's not true.
I went ahead and told him that I'd be looking for him and inviting him over to the Luna Cafe every so often.
She tilts her head.
It's a good cafe. They have really nice sweets. Don't judge me.
Uh-huh.
What?
I'm judging now.
Look, there is no place in New York, no place close to the park where I can walk in, get my cup of coffee, and my cup of tea, and my waffles, and my syrup, and the bacon, and the sausage, and the pancakes, and the hash browns. And you notice that he's starting to salivate just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. She's just kind of tilting her head slightly and letting him continue, just to see how many things he goes into.
And my Coke, and my sundae. Oh, they also have this wonderful, wonderful yogurt, frozen yogurt. Oh my God, you cannot find frozen yogurt of that just
She's just gonna
fantastic vanilla bean
slowly reach
anywhere,
out a paw and boop
anywhere.
his nose.
You go ahead and boop his nose as he's saying, vanilla bean anywhere. Eh?
Hi.
Hi,
So my name's Maeve,
my name is
and
Lucas,
we're on the sept.
and
Do you need to go get breakfast? Is that what you need?
breakfast is something that I should go ahead and get. You want to go get breakfast?
You're gonna go to the maid cafe, aren't you?
I probably am.
Ugh.
About this time of night, he goes ahead and makes a mimic for looking at his watch and his lupus paws. About this time of night, I bet Mary Wright is just coming on to her shift. She's fantastic. She's a lovely girl.
And that place is deeply disrespectful to the kinfolk.
But they make so much good food, and I tip them well.
Maybe they should be a restaurant then and not doing that to the Fury
What?
kinfolk.
That's not my call to make.
Why don't you take Call over there and see what she thinks of it? And she'll smile. That thing you shouldn't do.
His Lucas's lupus eyes go ahead and narrow. Are you challenging me?
For what? I can't challenge for rank.
Good. Goes ahead and shakes his head. Actually, Cole, I don't think he's been exposed to many Hamid mannerisms quite yet. She went ahead and referred to the one time that she and her sisters went shopping. She described it in very vague patterns. Didn't really appreciate the event, but I'm glad she went because that goes ahead and tells me that she's at least familiar with the Hamid form and how to act.
Ooh, good point.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe don't take her there.
Why not? What's she gonna get offended by?
No, just that I don't know if she's comfortable on two legs.
She may not be, but it would be good for her to get some practice in.
She'll kind of shoot him a glance. Do you think she even has dedicated clothes? Let's be honest.
Hopefully. If not, we can go ahead and give her some.
Of course.
From the brief interaction I have had with her, she seems very well collected. Seems as if she has gone through some of the worst parts of the war and come out stronger.
Good. I got the impression that her sept had fallen, her cairn had fallen. That's hard. She seems to be doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm. It's a story that I wish not to hear so often, but I keep hearing it.
Well,
But yes, after this, we must go get breakfast. Must go ahead and get breakfast. OOC, Austin must get breakfast after this.
yeah, that's kind of the impression I was getting there.
So, when I went ahead and talked to Garrett, he went ahead and told me something to try to explain why he did what he did, why he beat me down so bad. Apparently, according to him, he sees a lot of familiarity in me with both himself and his brother.
Brother?
Yeah, his brother.
He's never told me about his family, so
What
I
did he
guess
tell
he's
you
not
about?
fond of his brother?
What did he tell you about his whole life?
Not a lot.
He went ahead and told me that I was just like the spitting image of his brother. And some part of him. I think it goes back to the way that he and his brother used to operate, used to interact with the rest of the tribe.
Is that bad?
He gets ahead and noddles his head to the left and to the right. It was fairly rough treatment, but very, very traditional, very, very standard for him, his sept, his tribe, and that part of the nation. You remember what I used to do?
I mean, I remember a lot of stuff he used to do.
Break it down.
I mean, what part?
Start any one part and let's work our way through it.
Back when you were kin?
Noddle.
I mean, you just kind of avoided everyone, except me. And you were always so respectful it was borderline disrespectful, and you did what needed to be done.
He and his brother were also so respectful, also did what needed to be done. They went ahead and reported to one Garu that, if I remember correctly, would do nothing. Garu would come in, he and his brother would be there, they would get information, and that was it. If it was good, it was good. Nothing happened. If it was bad, or they had nothing to show, they get their ass kicked. They get beat up. So that they
She
would
kind of
remember next time
bluffs.
not to come in with bad information or no information.
Joe Bristle. That's not how you were treated.
No, that's not how I was treated, but that's how he was treated.
Hmm.
He went ahead and told me that there was just a flash there. He went ahead and went back to that time, back to Chicago, when I went ahead and told him how I left Wolf home. Eve went ahead and just flashed right back. It was out of control. He went to a place in his mind he never really wanted to go to ever again. He saw me, but he saw himself in me. And he saw you, but he saw his brother in you. And he went ahead and saw me leaving Wolf home as his own personal failure to his own brother.
But you did what you had to do.
I know I did. This isn't about me and you. This is about him.
One bad memory doesn't mean he should avoid us.
He's trying to work it out for himself, and eventually he will work it out. But one way to go ahead and help him with this, he went ahead and told me that I had a task to do. He went ahead and told me to go ahead and complete this task. Told me that I would understand a lot more about him. Told me that all the pieces would go ahead and fall into place. If I just completed this one task for him. Do you know what the task was?
She looks skeptical.
He told me to look to you and to ask you, what do you know about his past? He told me that you had a piece of his past with you, that he entrusted you with it. What was it?
He also told me not to share it.
He told me that you would say that, and he told me that it was all right to go ahead and tell me.
She thinks on that for a second. Just kind of mulls on it. She obviously doesn't look especially pleased with the idea. But after a couple moments, she'll kind of begrudgingly nod a bit. I mean, I guess you wouldn't have known to ask if he hadn't said it. So I asked him about his first change. And he didn't really give me a lot of detail or anything. But I know that she kind of dwells on it for a second. I know that his mother was killed, possibly by him. I feel like I can't remember. I'd have to think on it, but I feel like she wasn't the only one. And I imagine he blames himself. He really didn't clarify. I didn't want to push it, but so far. But he told me that much.
That is definitely a hard memory to go ahead and keep inside yourself. Does it make sense that he would want to fragment it and not give everybody the whole story?
Of course, that's why I didn't press. That's a hard thing to talk about. I mean, I literally have no basis for comparison. I've never even successfully killed anything on my own. How could I possibly understand how much that has to hurt and how much that has to stay with you long after it happened?
Lucas is quiet for a hot second. Seems as he is also deep in thought. A man like that, keeping that secret for so long, even keeping it so well, is to only give it out in bits and pieces. Maeve,
I mean, why would you want to?
why would you want to keep it, or why would you want to tell it?
Why would you ever want to tell someone? I understand not wanting to talk about it. I understand not even telling me everything, but hiding from us won't change it. And us knowing isn't going to change how much we like him.
Here is the man who keeps himself in shadow. Garrett is the man who wishes to be sought out. In seeking him out, he gains a little bit of value because of the work and effort to seek him out. Maeve, how did he fail his brother?
Did his brother ever go through a change? Do we know?
Gazed shakes his head. It would be unlikely for both brothers to go ahead and have their first change.
Then I imagine that at the very best he had to leave him behind to come here.
And at the worst,
She just kind of buttons her muzzle, as it were, and kind of tucks it into her paws. At the worst, it's a lot worse than that.
Garrett, who's there? Cosma, who are you?
It doesn't matter.
It is all in the past. And you and I both know him, know his character, and wish him the best career that's possible and wish the best things for him.
And that's why I'm not going to let him keep doing what he's doing.
What is he doing?
He's hiding.
I hide.
No. You hide for fun. You hide for games. But you don't try to hide from me.
I gave up that game a long time ago.
Well, he hasn't. I don't care what his past was. And I don't care what kind of gesture he thinks he's making by pulling back and not talking to us. He's already family to me.
Well, there you go. You already have your path set out for you. The only thing you really need to do is go ahead and charge after it. This is what you're good at. Although he goes ahead and perks himself up, murder is not the first option. It should never be the first option.
The murder's never the first option.
That's not what you said this morning.
I was really desperate, and I was really afraid we were going to lose the den mother. And people like that, she kind of gives herself a shake. Like, she actually gets kind of caught up for a second, gets a little distant. People like that deserve to die anyways.
They do. But you have to understand, you have to remember, man is a very, very great name. When you go ahead and plan for that, it's a long, extended affair. It should never be done rashly. It should never be done quickly. It should only be done for the best of motives.
It was a good motive. It just wasn't a good plan.
Too short a time scale.
If you plan it out, I'll still do it.
That's fine. Just as long as it's planned out.
And she'll kind of get up, shake herself off a bit, kind of It's reminiscent of that whole shaking off a nasty thought type thing. Ugh. Well then, maybe you should go get breakfast, and maybe I should go walk with Garrett. He can hide the rest of the time, but he still has to do his patrols.
Come on, I am getting hungry. I am famished. I know that you haven't eaten all day.
How do you know?
It's you act like I don't watch you 24/7 like an obsessive big brother.
I'll pull something out of the freezer or something.
The icebox has at least 2 extra slabs of venison from last hunt.
Joe Bobber Muzzle. How recent was it?
It was Monday. If you go ahead and lay the slabs on some of the stones and let the sun go ahead and heat it up, that'll be enough defrost for you.
Joe Bobber Muzzle. I'll do that. Fishing in the dark is hard. I can wait till morning.
I can certainly imagine so. Please
Besides,
go ahead and do.
A little chilly.
Go ahead.
Oh, she's just saying. Besides, it's gotten a little chilly again. Don't want to get wet.
Mm-hmm. It got a little bit chilly last night. So chilly I had to get my plaid jacket out. But it's going to be some time. Actually, it's going to be a long time since I get my man-hunting red cap out.
Well, 2 more days. Almost 1 more day.
Mm-hmm. You want to plan out a celebration with seeing you through this?
I almost feel like I'd be inviting misfortune, planning a good thing when Dog is still here and still angry.
Then we can spot.
I'm sure between you and Chino, we can throw something pretty fun together.
Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty damn sure his kinfolk will be absolutely delighted to go ahead and throw a party for any excuse.
Yep. And it'd be really nice to be able to stand near the grill and near the bonfire and eat hot things. It'll be so good.
Oh, you go ahead and
I'm
see.
going to take the longest hot shower that ever existed.
This goes ahead and nuzzle your facey parts. Nuzzle, 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 nuzzle.
She will reciprocate. Nose,
All
nose,
right.
nose.
Nose. Okay. Go, my sister. Go, my sister. Stalk the garret. Take the garret. The garret will never hide from you, not for much longer.
Nope. Now that I know things are okay between you, there's no reason to keep giving him that much space.
It would be very, very hard for me if I could not call him friend.
Oh, that's just not allowed.
Blink. I can't call him friend? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Apparently
no,
we're going back to the
you're
brain.
not allowed to not call him friend. That's not even an option.
If you say so. I didn't realize that dear Miss Maeve MacFionn was currently the Philodox in charge of, friendship and relationships and all this other stuff.
There's no take backsies on being friends and family.
Okay, Lady Maeve. Okay.
She will strike a pose since he's making such a deal out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna go harass him while he's on patrol. He has to walk the route, regardless of me being there. So, heh.
All right, cool. When you go by past the chessboards, if you could go ahead and check the third bench to the left on the north side, you will find some bacon donuts. I don't know why they're there at the moment, but they're currently there.
Blink, blink. Getting that tempting fate, I'm pretty sure if something gets abandoned long enough, it's laughing shadows.
Fair enough. I'll make sure to have 2 of them over there now. What, you thought I just simply left a bag there and didn't expect to pick it up again?
I can't fathom that you did.
Well, there you go. It was placed there for a purpose. I don't know what that purpose will be, but it's certainly there yet.
All right. I'll at least check and see if it's still there.
Goes ahead and nods. And we'll go ahead and leave the circle. Go ahead and trot the path down to La Luna Cafe. Go ahead and yell back at you. I'll see you on the morrow.
Bye. Trot, 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 trot.
Also, in the stretch of path in front of you, you'll hear, much in Lucas's voice, I didn't cheat.
Cheater.
To the left of you, that's not true.
Nope, definitely cheating.
You're
Trot,
right.
trot, trot, trot.
Totally not cheating.
That is totally cheating! And so, with both of them striking off with a purpose, some more serious than others, we will say thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. And we will see you next time on Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.